mean? I am married. Look at this ring. I'm just kidding. Thank God, unlike Lizzie, I didn't have a YouTube channel with thousands of subscribers. Lizzie is allowed, excitable, and very emotive. Was an emotional and Protestant convert to Catholicism. Hey guys, it's Lizzie. Today I'm going to be reacting to an article someone wrote about me. I'm gonna link it below so you guys can go read it for yourselves and then come back and hang out with me. The Curse of the Protestant to Catholic Convert. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was the title. I am cursed. So I want everyone to know who's gonna go read the article or read anything else written by this person. I was not offended at all or hurt or taken off guard or surprised by anything. This article was so beautifully written, so well articulated. As I was reading it, I was like, yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, you're right. And I'm also making this because I wanted to write a little thank you note to the author of this article because I came across it at such a great time. Reading this article motivated me so much to start reading and researching constantly and just taking my influence on my YouTube channel more seriously than I already am. Her announcement to Catholicism, posted in February, has been widely publicized across the Catholic web, including on the Catholic Herald and Aletheia. After viewing a number of her YouTube videos and being dismayed by the number of theological errors found therein, I have a word of caution for her and other incoming Protestant converts to Catholicism. Slow down and be careful before you start trying to teach the Catholic faith to others because you're quite likely to get it wrong. Sorry I'm being so dramatic. I've had a lot of coffee this morning. 7 years ago, I myself was an emotional and excited Protestant convert to Catholicism. I dropped out of a Protestant seminary, enrolled in RCIA, and delved deep into the Catechism, Catholic theology, and Catholic literature. Many wanted to understand why I was converting, and I was very eager to provide my reasons. Yet I often found myself in debates regarding fairly nuanced and technical theological subjects for which I was hardly prepared. Looking back now, I know I sometimes misrepresented the faith, though of course never intentionally. Thank God, unlike Lizzie, I didn't have a YouTube channel with thousands of subscribers. Lizzie is allowed, excitable, and very emotive 23-year-old graduate of Pepperdine University. It's funny because I'm not a sensitive person at all, and so when I read through this the first time, I didn't think it was negative towards me at all. But now I'm reading over it again, and I'm like, this is like subtly being rude. What's surprising though is I'm actually a very chill and quiet person off camera. I spend a lot of time by myself, just reading, writing, listening to music, editing videos. In all practicality, I'm an introvert and I don't like talking. Like if I'm in a Bible study situation, I like listening and asking questions rather than talking. It's interesting though, because the way I come across on camera, it's like I'm manic, high energy, so enthused, so excited all the time, and that's just not how I actually am. He also says my YouTube channel features content on fashion. This is the best part. Lizzie suffers from a syndrome I find common among Protestant converts to Catholicism. We frequently develop a commensurate attitude of authority regarding Catholicism. So then he goes on to explain how I'm coming across as a catechist, but a false catechist. And then he gives examples of things that I've said that are not technically false, but oversimplifying complicated theological issues. And I really encourage everyone who watches my videos to read through the whole article. He also says it's very negative that I took communion at Catholic and Orthodox services. She has since acknowledged the error of this, claiming that she didn't know better. A strange excuse, given she's been posting videos as a supposed theological authority for years. Anyway, so you guys get the gist of the article. This is something that I've been wanting to make a video about for a few weeks, just because I constantly get emails, messages, comments, people literally telling me I'm the most intelligent person they've ever met, kind of elevating me as though I have this extreme amount of intellectual authority and ethos, and I really don't. I'm just a 23-year-old college graduate who studied philosophy and took a lot of classes on the historical critical method of interpreting the Bible. So I understand I'm not completely ignorant and oblivious to what's going on in academia, but when it comes to thinking of people who are actual scholars in the field, who have gone to grad school, gotten their PhD, who are professors, who publish articles, write books, I am an intellectual peasant compared to these people. And I have never claimed to be a religious authority. Here are some clips through the years of me saying this. I am not a biblical authority. I'm not a biblical scholar.
But I am not saying I 100% believe with any view on this.
So when I say anything about theology, it's kind of just like an idea. I'm not saying 100%. Clearly, I'm not claiming my videos are any kind of doctrine. I'm not like presenting this as doctrine or anything ever in my video. I'm not presenting as doctrine. Everyone just needs to research this for themselves, and I don't want to like completely influence you guys in what to believe. And that's why I read and listen and ask questions from people who study this really in depth and are experts in the field. I would honestly rather people just have some intellectual humility and say, you know what, like maybe not. Instead, it's like everyone knows 100% and is God and being omniscient and understanding theology. And the other thing I want to address in this video as well is that I've made over 400 videos on this channel, and I constantly am changing my opinion on things, not only having to do with theology, but Christian culture, different philosophical beliefs. I was a philosophy major in college, and we were constantly challenged to analyze our beliefs and to change our beliefs to fit with truth. So for the past 7 or 8 years, I've been gradually changing my mind on a lot of things based upon taking a lot of classes, reading so many books, having a lot of discussions. And so if you've been watching my videos through the years as they've been uploaded, if you look at the dates of certain videos, it will kind of make sense how I might say one thing in a video 2 years ago and then something completely different in a video a month ago. In fact, there's some videos that I have recently removed from my YouTube channel because they go so completely against Catholic dogma that I just kind of saw as something that could cause so much confusion. Up until this point, I've never removed a video because I view my channel as my intellectual developments, and I think everyone who's been following me for a long time realizes that. Suddenly I have all of these new people on my channel, and it kind of disturbs me if people are seeing my videos as the end-all be-all of what the Catholic Church believes, especially videos that I made a year, 2 years ago when I was just beginning to learn about the Catholic and Orthodox churches. I have said so many false things in my videos, promoted so many false doctrines, and the reason is because before becoming Catholic, I never really saw theology as being about absolute truth. I saw theology as being dreaming up new theology, creating theology, and my channel has always been kind of a back and forth where people even comment and explain things to me and try to change my mind. We debate each other, we have discussions. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of give a warning to anyone who's watching my channel. When you're watching a video, look at the date of when the video was published. If the date is before September 2017, I was not Catholic then, did not accept all Catholic dogma. I was still reading and struggling through it. Anything before September 2017, there's probably an error in the video. I'm not in grad school. I'm not going to get my PhD. My life plan is not to become a professor. I've never claimed to be a scholar or a theological authority. I find that the most helpful thing I can do through my videos is have books and sources and research linked in the description so that you guys can go read on your own and learn from actual scholars. I always thought this was really obvious that I wasn't any sort of scholar. I come across as kind of like a valley girl, really vapid. You know what I mean? Just the way I talk and act and dress. And that's not at all a negative against myself. I understand that my style and the way I communicate is kind of incongruent with the way my personality really is, with how I spend my time. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knows, do not 100% trust anything I say in a video. Research for yourself, read for yourself. In regards to this guy's article, I totally understand his concerns and complaints, but I think the biggest hurdle that comes with communicating theology through the medium of YouTube is that YouTube tends to be really small sound bites. So you'll explain something that has been analyzed in thousands of words by hundreds of different theologians and doctors of the church, trying to condense that idea into a 20-30 second soundbite. And this is just the nature of YouTube and how it is. I've been praying really intensely, asking my patron Saint Irenaeus to pray for me and help me, but I feel like it's so dangerous, almost what I'm attempting to do through my YouTube. Yes, it's so positive. I've read hundreds of emails, DMs, comments of people saying they are joining RCIA because of my videos. And what I love about the Catholic Church is we have these RCIA becoming Catholic classes that everyone joins. So it is not like people will just watch my videos and then become Catholic. They have to go through RCIA, and their RCIA director or priest, whoever is teaching the class, will lead them in truth in a way so superior to what I could do. And it's the same with the way I talk about bipolar disorder on my channel. All of my research I just do on my own. I don't have anyone teaching me. But the entire point of my YouTube channel, when it comes to mental illness, leading them towards psychiatrists and therapists. Hundreds of people, again, have told me they've been diagnosed with bipolar and realized something was wrong with them because of watching my videos. I was able to lead them to the professional. That's the exact same way I see my YouTube channel in regards to theology. People who would never step into a church are not gonna just start becoming Catholic, begin watching my videos, and then will become part of the church and be taught and ministered to by these professionals. I'm very self-aware that I am an intellectual fetus. I do read a lot on my own. I research. Sometimes it takes me 30 or 40 hours researching for a video and writing out a video script. If you look at the descriptions of a lot of my videos, I put all of these sources and books that I recommend that influenced my thinking on a certain idea. But I don't want you guys to see that in over trusting me in what I say. Instead, see it as I can be someone who can point you towards people who are actually scholars, who actually have ethos. Like I said, I've been thinking about this so much lately and honestly feeling so intellectually inferior and praying a lot. Just thinking of Paul in 2 Corinthians talking about being so weak and God strengthening him through his weakness. I feel like I am not the best person to be sharing Catholic theology. I'm super inadequate to do this job, and the fact that God has placed me in a position to influence so many people, I've been placed higher than I should be in the way people are viewing my ideas. So moving forward, here are some things that I promise I will do to make sure I do not make these theological oversimplifications. I will make videos more targeted and specific. Rather than making big picture videos trying to tackle several really weighty theological topics in 20 minutes, I'm gonna make my videos more specific. Like my video on Mary's perpetual virginity, where the entire video was 25 minutes of just proving why she's a perpetual virgin. How I made an entire video just exegesis of the Bible verse, call no man father. Stuff like that. I'm gonna try to make my videos more targeted, covering less ground in each video so that they can be more detail oriented, and I don't try to oversimplify theological concepts. I'm also going to start having sources in every single description, thorough, works cited in the description of all of my videos, so anyone who wants to research more can go read for themselves. The final thing is I'm going to take my education really seriously. I have plans to go to a 1-week theology of the body course this summer. I will probably also enroll in an online catechist class, not at all so that I can teach RCIA, but just so that I can share more in-depth specific ideas with you guys on this channel. It's a lot of pressure having to constantly come out with YouTube videos. I find that I'm working constantly, do not have much free time to read, and so I'm going to change that and start putting more prep, more reading, more research into every single video so that I do not continue to oversimplify complicated theological topics. And it's interesting because in the article, Cassie was giving 4 or 5 different examples of concepts I'd misrepresented, and he was explaining, she said this, but actually this. And the more in-depth explanation, it wasn't new information to me, it was something that I knew. But often the way I'm presenting ideas on YouTube, it's done in such a condensed and fast manner that it's difficult to fully communicate topics. Some of the things he was talking about though are just kind of like false representations of me. NFP can be practiced with a contraceptive mentality where the intention is to prevent conception. In my video where I was talking about birth control, if you'd watched the whole video, I literally talked about that. How as Catholics, we don't think of it as birth control because the whole point is being open to life and wanting to have children. But what annoys me about people even making this claim is you're missing the point of being open to life. It's okay to get pregnant. Like, you want to get pregnant. You see pregnancy as a positive thing. Like, you want to have more than 2.5 children. I think that's the whole point. It's not just another form of birth control. That's really bad catechesis. So I feel like that is definitely taking me out of context. Anyways, Lizzie, who is unmarried. What do you mean? I am married. Look at this ring. I'm just kidding. This is my right hand, not my left hand. I just kind of want to troll this video. It's just a ring. Demonstrates a perhaps understandable naivety regarding NFP, claiming it is 96% effective and that women are only fertile for 12 hours of every month. Again, if you'd watched the entire video, I explained that obviously taking your temperature at the same time every day, figuring out how to read cervical mucus is very difficult, so acting like that's more effective than birth control is just wrong. Obviously, it's possible. We can be like the Germans and get up to 97% accuracy, but acting like it's better than birth control just because some people are really bad at taking birth control pills is deceptive. If you'd watched the entire video, I explained that sperm can live in the body up to 5 or 6 days. Anyways, so I really encourage anyone who watches my videos to watch the videos all the way through. I'm already trying to condense complicated concepts. If you start taking sound bites out of context, you're gonna become even more confused. Anyways, but I really love the gist of this article. I'm going to start doing daily reading of theology and philosophy, forcing myself to learn more, take notes, write papers for fun, whatever I need to do to absorb more information and better represent the Catholic Church on my YouTube channel. But I wanted to tell the guy who wrote this article, I was reading some of your other articles as well. Beautiful writer, so well articulated ideas. It's just such an excellent experience when you're reading through something and it flows so well and it forces you to be caught up in the ideas rather than trapped in horrible sentence structure. So I really appreciated the article. Thank you so much. I'm going to link it below with some of his other articles if you guys are interested. It was actually funny because I was Googling him trying to find this guy and he publishes on so many different Catholic websites. And so I was looking for a Twitter, a Facebook page, a LinkedIn, and nothing. It's so sketchy. It's like this guy does not exist. For someone who publishes so much online, it's bizarre. I even Googled his name and university, nothing. So that's why I wanted to make this video as kind of a thank you for the extra wake-up call. If this guy ends up reaching out to me, I'll recommend some WordPress templates because he should get serious about starting an online presence if he's going to become a scholar in the future. Become the next CC Pecknold, you know? I did make a video reacting to my old videos where I showed some of my beliefs that are no longer in congruence with Catholic dogma, just to kind of make everyone aware that things I've said in past videos are objectively false. And something else, just if you guys don't believe me that I literally view myself as an intellectual peasant and a fetus in the Catholic Church, I'm brand new to this. People have been asking me, are you gonna write a book? Are you gonna start leading Bible studies at your church? You should start leading RCIA at your parish. And I'm like, no, I'm not prepared for that at all. I have so much learning to do. I don't feel like I'm capable or know enough to be teaching catechism to people. And please lower my intellectual standing in your mind. Decrease the ethos you applied to me because I am not a scholar. I have not studied all of this. I read people who are scholars and they help to guide my thinking. And what would make me extremely happy is that if you guys watched my videos and then as a result of that, bought books from Amazon, read the writings of the early church, read through the church fathers, and went to your parish's RCIA, got involved in adult education, and learned from people who are professionals, who are scholars, who can guide you towards truth in the church. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!